So hi guys, good evening, and today is the fifth day of the time management challenge. And as I told you, I never do time management challenge the way other people do. How to say around the time. I focus. So hi guys, good evening, and today is the fifth day of the time management challenge. I focus around the person himself, right? The person is like me. If I am talking about my time management, then it is my attitude, my mindset which matters, and why I lose time is because of me. It has nothing to do with how better I want to manage time, or I can manage time. So what I say, let me share my screen. I say is delete negativity at the source. That is what my main point is. So, do you know how much negativity we have inside us, which actually wastes a lot of time? Negativity towards what? It is not always the person, people, but indirectly it is about people who, because of whom we waste a lot of time. If not at others, then we are angry about ourselves. Do you realize that? We are angry about ourselves. Why we are angry? Because of so many reasons. Because we didn't wake up early, we didn't catch up with the daily routine that we were supposed to do. We didn't do the exercise maybe, or we are not able to motivate ourselves sufficiently enough so as to go ahead with something. So for this, I always suggest to have a mentor, and the mentor actually somebody should be there, or an accountability partner who will tell you, who will always take care of the negativity that you have. Have you been able to have such a mentor? And this is so much away from what time management subject deals with. Why the mentor when the time management subject appears? What I understand is everybody says in the course of having a mentor, investing in personal development and all, everybody says that we should save time by investing in a mentor, investing in our personal development. But when we come around to say time management, then we forget to tell about the mentor, and we talk about the processes and techniques that will save our time. So, part of us which should be thinking about mentors, that part is no more there. That part is not anymore there. So, that is what I thought of bringing in on this thing. Whenever whenever we are trying to improve something, the background of that needs to be also taken care of. What is the background? Time management is not about time alone, it is the management part also. And who does the management? It is us, right? And if the mindset is not proper, then we will waste time, we will not be able to manage time. Is that clear? Anybody, whoever is watching this right now or afterwards, they can comment on the YouTube below about what is their take. Sorry about the yarn because it's very hot today, and I was feeling it is not about not actually about feeling asleep, but you feel a lot of tiredness about that. So that's the first thing about time management is about having a mentor first. When I had a mentor, he wanted me to do a blueprint, and there was tangible result also. What I thought was people at workplace, they need to have this mentality of two things. One is having the mentality of a leadership which is inclusive of their own development as well. So what is their own development? It is not about the subject matter always. It is partly subject matter and more about the team and how they handle workplace. For example, if a new person joins the workplace, how does he feel? He has to adapt himself at the various aspect of the workplace, how to handle the boss, how to have the relationship with his colleagues going, what to do with the interdepartmental activities that goes on. So he or she has to develop one-to-one relationship with so many people. Isn't that what team building is, relationship building is? So not everybody we will like at workplace because people welcome you in a different manner. किसी ने मुझे बोल दिया like say when I joined the workplace, somebody was saying I was staying in a guest house, right? I was staying in a guest house. So, um, in the morning there used to be breakfast, and some people have very little breakfast. I had this habit of having a huge, like say the greatest meal of the day was breakfast. That is what I was habituated to, because then you can have a little lunch, or you can also skip the lunch if, because that was a new place. I went from Bhubaneswar to Hyderabad, and at Hyderabad I knew nobody, and I was staying in the guest house of the office, and the guest house was managed by one of the person in the office itself, and he was staying there, and he had a room which was given for people who were arriving from other cities for few days. So for 7 days it was allowed, and I was there in the guest house for 7 days. So for all the 7 days, he didn't have this arrangement of having a huge breakfast. So naturally I was feeling a little hungry, because my routine was getting upset because of that. And then um, I remember they used to have just one curry in the dinner, and um, there's something wrong about the fooding system, right? So what I did was, how do you think then? What impression do you make about this? I was ready to pay, of course, for my food, but if the food was not sufficient, then how can you? Even then you have to pay, and you also need to buy some other food also, because you are not full when it is required. If you are still hungry after the dinner also. So how do you feel? That was an relationship building with one of the person, and I was saying that was an incident. My first experience at Hyderabad, and I was looking for support in Hyderabad. I was in a guest house, and I didn't know many eating place. How do you think, right? So I found that, and that was just an example, and from so many other sources also. So when you first join that place, you start having lot of impression about the new people that you meet, and not all the welcome things were would be very welcome, like say, according to what you think. So how do you then create that relationship with everybody? So you have to keep this in mind that eventually you are going to work with all these people, and it is better that you should have this mentality about how to work with them and what is their better areas. So this was a learning, and I won't say that everybody should start doing this from the day one, but what is wrong if you start doing this from day one, and if you take this as your mantra to, right, your mantra to also to lead your professional life. So I saw there are few things, perception, action, habit, and attitude are the four things which actually takes us away from our thought process, naturally positive thought process, and puts lot of negativity within us, and this is what wastes time, and also we lose uh, like say cordiality amongst friends, and this going forward creates a lot of problem. Then at workplace what we need to do is we create a difference by establishing who we are and how we will be solving or contributing at workplace. So this is a blueprint which was encouraged by my mentor. Then resilience, you naturally you in a new workplace, new environment, and new responsibilities, you will be given a new. You need to establish yourself according to that workplace situation as well. So that takes time, and it proves your resilience. The third thing is influence. When you establish your resilience slowly, people get influenced, and ultimately you get prominence. So that is the cycle. Once you achieve prominence at a particular level, then again at that level there will be another team which will be at that level which you have reached. Now the competition starts again from the below, and again the attitude, habit, action, and perception works. Like say the different level requires a different level of engagement the with your circle, right? So again the use of time management comes, and it depends on how your mindset is. So small seeking won't manifest. Why I say this is, like say when you are like really troubled by the welcome that you have received at a new place, then and if you are meant to be achieving more, then this is small things will not come to you, because that will again distract you. Can you see this? So not all the time, even if you are working very hard, but if your goal is very small, then it is on your good only, that it won't happen, it would come to pass. So your frustration again doubles, but just at that moment, as I am saying this to you, the same thought process is coming to me also. Just a moment. The same thought process is coming to me that whenever there is a small thing and it is like say requiring lot of your effort to get to that, then that is the hint. That is the hint that you should go for a bigger goal. Many people say you should start small. That was my philosophy as well. That starting small is what we should all do, right? But when you start small, if it is not uh, manifesting, like say it is not coming to pass, then of course you should have that in mind that sorry, just a minute. Six. So that is the time you should have a bigger goal. Now, when your things are not manifesting, see, many people will comment. They will comment in several ways, asking, saying that, passing judgments about your capabilities and all. So, watch yourself. Are you getting angry? Are you getting angry or jealous that somebody else has achieved a lot and you haven't? Like, if you observe yourself, you will see that you actually having this kind of judgment, that you are getting jealous, insecure, and angry about why the same things are working out for others and not working for you. Take my word and just magnify your goal. You have to magnify your goal, and you will see that things will start coming through. You know, sometimes that is the truth. So delete your negativity at the source. That is what this is one of the trick. Then suppose if it becomes very difficult, and it is like say it seems impossible that you should magnify your goal when small things are not working out, then nobody will advise you to look for a bigger goal, right? Nobody would encourage you if you are not able to achieve, uh, say something. Your target is suppose 5 units of work, and if you are now setting yourself to do say 10 units of work, you yourself will not be able to believe that you can do this. But that is the trick, what to do. So think bigger. Think bigger. Everybody says to think big, right? Think bigger, although that is another context. Think bigger is like you have to set a big goal, but where do you start? From day one, you are not going to achieve that. But if you think big, your vibration will be at a different level, and you will start having bigger ideas. Your energy level will not be constricted to that small goal. Although nobody will agree with you, you don't need to tell it, share it with everybody as it is. And if you are labeled as a failure, that is okay, but your process should be good. Your process should be intact, so that nobody can blame you that you are doing something wrong. In the process also, don't blame. Like say it comes now, you are thinking big and the other people are not being able to appreciate. That also is okay. Accept people as they are. If somebody is not succeeding, what do you expect the other person will say? Will they come up with praise and all those things? No, that is their normal reaction. So, accept whatever they are saying, it will be very different. It will not be very welcome to you. It will not be very easy for you to digest whatever comments they come with. Still, accept as they are. We agree their deservedness. It is about their deservedness and also about your deservedness. Might be whether they deserve this thing or not. Agree that they deserve whatever you are not able to achieve, they are able to achieve. And you I say it comes very difficult. It becomes very difficult for us. Suppose you are like in this world also, so many people are writing content. Many people are writing articles about their own life, their successes and their failures, and people are resonating with them. So when I write, like say people do resonate, people do think, it makes them think and it makes them go deeper, but they do not come up with explicit expressions. You know? They they do not comment below the content that I write, but they privately come to me saying that this was good. Now, the Facebook algorithm says that, like say, it looks for how much engagement you are able to generate. So here is what failure is, right? So how do you convey the other person that you need to, whatever you are feeling, you need to convey that below the comment, below the content. Only that way your purpose will be solved. But not everybody into the same game, right? Whatever you are doing, you are not going to expect the same. Right? So let them be the way they are, and also take the positive thing. If they're not mentioning whatever they should mention below the thing, but below the thing they are not mentioning, and they are expressing it privately to me, that is also fine, right? What plan do you have to leverage their skills? So the best way to create a good intention and good relationship is to think a plan wherein you can leverage their skill. The minimum that you can do is to go to them, ask for their support, and ask their insight about how to succeed. How do you succeed? And make them party in your success. So it will add to their credibility as well as you succeed. So they will come all out, and they will be party to your success. And that is the best way to leverage their skill as well. if something is missing and it is very much required that whatever target you had initially has to be done, then this is the best way to bring people into whatever you are doing, right? And that is also a key to eliminate negativity within ourselves. Get it? So that is one of the technique that you can do. How do you collaborate? How do you collaborate? It is not only for your work, it is for their work also. So if you can see that you have got something, a benefit in collaborating with them to work in their projects also, helping them to achieve their target also, then it is another way of enhancing relationships. And that person will always remember your support, your collaboration. It is easy to be very bitter about our successes and failures when we are not succeeding. But as you know, the principle is eliminating whatever negativity, because it helps you vibrate at a higher frequency, which takes you to success. We are not in control of each of our successes. Each of our effort may not pay off. And what then? And we also won't know what is the reason at that time. Might be we can discover it afterwards. So when we are not able to discover the same thing, then to keep the mind at a very positive state, what we can do is to collaborate with them, right? So find how can you collaborate. The next is what matching skill you have. Maybe for that collaboration, you need to have some skills which is not yet developed. It will give you the insight of what matching skill you don't yet have. So that is an eye opener, right? Something, an aha moment. What you don't know, you don't know. So accept that and start learning. Maybe in that collaborative process, this will come to you as a bonus. If you collaborate, help others, somebody else to achieve something, some of his goals, then they might teach you, or because you now know, you are aware of what you don't know, then you will start investing your time in the same thing, in the in that skill, developing that skill, right? What leadership skill you will bring out to make that person an ally? So collaboration is one thing. Asking for support is another thing. And these might be the skills that will make that person your friend. If you value that person most, then this is your golden chance to become. Might be because you are in future you are going to achieve a much bigger goal. That is why your things are not happening, which is why your ego is at a low level, and because of that, might be you are thinking of collaborating or leveraging that person's skill, collaborating with that person, and this will in future will together achieve a bigger goal. Might be the universe is leading you towards that. Isn't that, that is, that a very huge kind of discovery? So think about this, and think, and this also takes away your negativity. You are fully with your goals, and you trust universe now, right? So how would you learn? By doing, by enrolling yourself in a new course, by watching your seniors working on the same thing. These are the few things wherein your working professionals can grow. The most efficient way of learning is to zero in exactly where you want to learn, what you need to learn. Because you are there means you might be knowing 30% of it. Rest 70% you need to learn by doing, right? So now you have to find out what you need to learn, and there has to be a plan of action as to what you will learn when. Because everybody, the other person is not that person doesn't have time for you to teach everything. So how would you learn? You won't also have time to go out and enroll yourself in some institute and also get learn. That will be again bookish knowledge. The best is uh, to learn while you are doing. So how would you learn? That should be your plan. No cribbing, no nothing. Everybody is busy with their work, and you need to express some interest, express your availability, express your willingness to be there to learn this, right? So decide on the plan of action as to how you are going to learn. Next is, have you learned to increase the love for them a bit? So uh, learning, if it is imperative to learn from the other person, then you cannot learn if you are against them. If your heart and mind say that that this person is not good, and you don't you cannot stand those people, then are you going to learn from them? So the best way to learn is try to see their positive side also. If you see positive side, if you start seeing their positive side, whether you agree accept in the beginning or not, you will see a lot of positive side to every human being. So that is an exercise of course. As a human being, we keep growing, and the extent of acceptance for others, it grows over a period of time as we grow with experience. It will not happen in a day. So whatever I am saying, it might appear as a preaching, right? It happens with me every day that I am not able to accept the other person as it is. But if you try for a second, if you forget the the kind of animosity that you are feeling and express the positivity, because the other person is watching. If you express that positivity, the other person actually was looking for you at that moment, and they will fall for you. They will forget what all you had, because your vibration was getting conveyed to them. So for a moment, actually, they will say that whatever perception they used to have about you was not correct. and they will come over and collaborate with you, right? So try this trick as well. Then can you have this habit for the next 90 days? As soon as you have this habit to see positivity in them, right? The moment you see that is the eureka moment. That should be an eureka moment for you. You will feel good. The other person feels good anyways. So you will feel yourself expanded, right? You will not feel that constriction with your mindset anymore. So can you just extend this habit, like looking at the positive side of the person? Can you do this for the next 90 days? As I said, deleting the negativity at the source is the best thing to manage your time, avoid negativity and wasting time over this. So can you have this? If you have it for next 90 days, then obviously it is going to work for you for life. How many can you admire at a time without feeling demoralized? So as I have given this workplace scenario that might be you are not achieving, and that is where the need for collaboration and leveraging their skills and going to them and asking for a favor or learning, all these things have arisen, right? So can you admire? And I am asking not one person, but might be in the entire team is there, and everybody you need to admire a bit here there some. So uh, just ask yourself, can you admire more than one person without uh, any discrimination and feeling demoralized? Why demoralized? When you are not having your things done, when you are not seeing your things done, normally what happens is people will look down upon you. So you have to fight that through and still admire them. And when you are admiring, they there might be a feeling, and you will might think like that because you are not successful, that is why you are working along with them, and because of that might be you are trying to be positive towards them, and that is why might be they will have some kind of reaction which is not again agreeable to you. That happens, when you are failing. You have to accept yourself first that this is a failure, and you now know the reason that you have to think bigger, but there is a compulsion that you have to succeed here. Think at this low level also. Now that creates a lot of friction inside, but once you overcome that and get to the next level, uh, kind of telling yourself that this is some learning point, and if I get over this, then the next thing. See, when you get over all those things and situations, normally you are a better person, right? It is not the win of other people. It is your mental win, your moral win, and it establishes your strength of character. It is only your gain. So that is what you need to do just by the thought process. As I said, action, habit, and perception and attitude are the things which makes or breaks a person. And it can be very, very different from the actual reality. The people might be thinking in another way, but these are the stories given by your own perception, your own mind. It will give you that perception. So you have to struggle, win over your own perception better, so that you are neutral to whatever is happening. You don't control anybody, nobody controls you. You have to control yourself to think positively, approach positively, and learning more. So, what perception do you? As I said, what perception do you have? The most criminal thing, you know, in our mindset is the perception. A wrong perception, because when in a negative scenario, the wrong perception of ours, it might be very correct, it might be appearing very justified and correct for that moment of time, but it is wrong for you, you know, and it gives a story to the mind in which the mind gets distracted and acts negatively. So what use having that mindset? So observe your perception. 100% correct it might appear, but if it is giving you a negative story to you and making you inactive, then you have to get over that perception right then and there. And as I say, asking these questions will help you in getting over negativity. Shift those to be a leader. So if you are a leader and you are looking for leadership growth, nothing better than this. It takes care of your time management. It takes care of your attitude. It tells you about your perception about whatever you are thinking. It establishes your strength of character. It prepares you for a better tomorrow, and it also makes you deserving for a better outcome, better goal, bigger goal, and making your life purposeful. So it is not only time, as you see, it is about our own attitude and mindset as well. And it it has to be practiced over and over and over again with everything that we do. Time management comes and fails us because of that. Our attitude and perception is at the base of the having a uh, good time management thing or a bad time management thing. Thank you for watching, and for sure you have to comment below the video. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you.